What's up guys, Pippy here, and welcome to the New Year's special of the Trophy Cabinet. This is going to be very similar to the Christmas special of the Trophy Cabinet. If you did not see that, there's going to be a card or circle on the top right of the screen right now. You can click and go see that. But this one is going to be a little bit shorter because there's only 4 games rather than 5 like the last one, and that is because EA only decided to release 4 tournaments rather than 5. It was a bit strange. But something you should expect in this episode, if you haven't been to the Christmas special yet, is that there's not going to be too many highlights throughout the video. It's mainly going to be goals, red cards, and important chances that could change the game throughout. And I'm also going to be talking about my experience in the tournament, if I struggled, what I thought about it, was it a cool tournament to play, etc., etc. So right now, you're looking at a checklist that we're going to be using throughout the video, and every time we win or lose a tournament, we're going to X off or check off the tournament. Anyways, guys, enough talking for me. Let's get into the first final of the New Year's special, which is going to be the We 3 Kings Cup. So we head into the final of the We 3 Kings Cup, and this tournament requires you to have 6 players from Real Madrid, 6 players from Barcelona, and 6 players from Bayern in your starting 11 and in your bench. So it was obviously going to be a difficult tournament because all 3 of those teams have some amazing players. Unfortunately for me though, I was on a budget, so I had to build a team that maybe wasn't the best obviously, but it still got the job done, and hopefully it would do the same in the final. And things started off pretty great over here because Cruz does tuck away that rebound right there in the 21st minute, and we are up 1-0. And like I said, this tournament was tough. Like, I really struggled to get to the final, so I knew that if I didn't win now, I probably was going to win it because it was very competitive and there were some amazing teams in this tournament. I also thought that the idea of it was pretty cool, I guess. It's not that unique. I mean, all they did really was just require you to have 3 clubs from the best in the world, club's best players into a team, and then they just named it We 3 Kings because they're kings of football. But it was still a very competitive cup, and sometimes competitive cups really show your skill in FIFA, and maybe they prove that you're not as good as you think you are. And especially tournaments when they require you to have teams that you normally don't even play with. So it was very hard, and like I said, if I didn't win it now, I probably wouldn't have won it. So are we going to win it? I don't know, because in the 88th minute over here, it was 1-1. Unfortunately, right there for him, he does clear it off the line, but it does hit the post, hit his defender's back, and then flies into the back of the net. And I felt pretty bad for him because that was one of the worst goals you'd have to concede in the final, especially in the dying minutes to lose you the final. That would have destroyed me mentally if that happened to me, but it is what it is. We win the We 3 Kings Cup, and we have 1-4 right now in the New Year special so far. So can we win the next cup? I'm not sure, but Jordi Alba somehow gets man of the match right there, and we're going to go ahead and check off the We 3 Kings. Anyways, guys, let's go into the second final, which is the Topflight Fight. So we head into the final of the Topflight Fight Cup, and this was probably my favorite tournament throughout the whole 4 tournaments in this episode because it required you to have 5 players from Manchester City and 5 players from Leicester. And the reason this was my favorite is obviously because, if you guys don't know, I am obviously a Manchester City fan, and I don't usually get to play with City players that are this high rated, because in my Road to City series that I have going on my channel, I still haven't really bought the very expensive players, but over here I managed to get myself like David Silva, Sterling, and all those guys that I still haven't really tried out yet in my other series. But it was going to be an interesting cup because Leicester City players, they have some decent players in the game, but they don't have the best players. I mean, there's only a few to name. Does that even make sense? Mahrez, Vardy, maybe the right back Delayed or whatever his name is, but other than that, Inler is okay, I guess. They don't have too many great players, so it was going to be a bit of a challenge. Hopefully the City players could help me though. And obviously both of these clubs are fighting for the title right now alongside Arsenal, because somehow Leicester are having an amazing season this time around, and they are actually fighting for the title, which I just can't believe. And things started off pretty well for us. We did go up 1-0. Unfortunately, though, he did equalize it with Zabaleta. But right before the second half started, we would score in the 45th minute over here with David Silva. And he was such an amazing player to play with throughout the tournament because his dribbling, his passing, even his shot is pretty decent. They're just so good, and This year, since pace isn't that important, players with great passing and dribbling are so effective, and David Silva is definitely one of those players. And I had a lot of fun assisting, scoring, dribbling, skilling, whatever with him, even though he doesn't have too many great skills. But we go up 2-1, and in the 80th minute, he would try to equalize it over here with Nasri, and he does, which is a little bit annoying because I was holding on to the lead for a good 25 minutes or so, 35 minutes, I don't even know the math. But in the 80th minute, he does equalize it. So we needed to grab another one if we wanted to win this. And over here in the 82nd minute, a quick reply from us as Vardy goes through on goal and finds the back of the net. So we're up 3-2. Just need to hold on for a few more minutes, and we can have our second cup of the episode. And in the 87th minute, we would go on the counter attack over here. I think he went attacking or something to grab himself a goal. Fernandinho's through on goal, only has to beat the goalkeeper, and that he doesn't because he misses a great chance right there. Inler gets fouled right there, somehow not a penalty. I don't know how you can commit assault in this game and not get a foul or yellow card or anything, but the ref thought it was okay, and we still win the cup, which is what is important. So we grab our second cup in this special, and things are looking good. We can possibly win every single cup that we've had in both specials, which would be insane, but we still have to win the next two. So can we win the next two? I'm not sure, but we go ahead and collect our trophy right there. Jamie Vardy gets himself out of the match, and rightly so, because I think he scored 2 goals. And we take a look at the checklist over here. We go ahead and check off the top flight fight, and we're going to go into the next game, which is the final countdown. So we head into the final countdown cup, and it was going to be a interesting tournament because it required you to have 3 players from Hanover, 3 players from Schalke, and 3 players from 1860 Munich, which are a Bundesliga 2 team. And the only flaw with this tournament obviously was that you saw right there, he had Ribery and Aubameyang up top, and that was because the rest of the players in the bench and in the starting 11 could have been from any other club, and that was going to make things a little bit difficult because the defenses for Schalke, Hanover, and Munich obviously can't hold the likes of Ribery and Aubameyang. But we go up early over here in the 45th minute, not too early actually, with Kevin Prince Boateng, and we go into the second half with the lead, and it was looking like it was going to be a difficult game because we didn't get our first chance until the 45th minute. But in the 70th minute, he would try to equalize it over here, runs down the wing with Ribery, hits the post though, unfortunately for him, with Aubameyang, and my heart skipped a beat right there because I couldn't find a second goal throughout this game, and that would actually be all she wrote. We only won that game 1-0, and it only took 1 goal and a little bit of luck because he did miss a few chances that he really could have scored. And we get ourselves the final countdown cup right there. That makes it 3 for 3, 10,000 coins, which is pretty nice. And we're gonna see over here who got man of the match. It probably was the guy who scored, really, but it actually was Matip. Okay, I guess he did a good job in the defense. So we go 3 for 3 over here. We go ahead and check off the final countdown, and we're gonna go ahead and go into the last cup, which is the window is open, and we can make something miraculous here if we do win. The window is open. So can we do it? We'll see. So we head into the last final of the episode, which is the window is open tournament. And this tournament required you to have 4 players from Chelsea, 4 players from PSG, 4 players from Wolfsburg, and 4 players from Juventus. And I think the reason it was those clubs in particular was because I think all of these clubs need to make some transfers throughout the transfer window, and I think that's why EA chose them. But it was going to be a hard tournament. It's similar to the We3 Kings Cup because, of course, all of these clubs have some amazing players that can do some damage, and it was a tough cup because it took me a few tries to get to the final, and when I did, I know once again that I have to take advantage of it. Things started off good though, because in the 20th minute over there, Remy does score a nice goal right there, and Lucas would double our lead with an amazing shot with his left foot right there and makes it 2-0. So things are looking good in the 32nd minutes, and I'm feeling pretty confident. I feel like I can grab myself a third and possibly win this, and also win every single tournament throughout both specials, which would have been an amazing achievement if we have done it. But we go into the second half with a 2-0 lead, dominating possession, I believe, dominating the game. Things are going our way. This guy hasn't had too many chances, and I'm feeling pretty confident that if we grab ourselves a third, we can finish him off. However, in the 49th minute, he would try to get a goal over here with Matuidi. Unfortunately for him, though, Naldo does a great tackle right there. He gives it to Oscar. Oscar to Arier. We're on the counter attack over here. Lucas down the wing. Runs down with this amazing pace right there. Tries to cut inside. Manages to beat the defender right there. Does a Rabona cross. Oscar mixes it, but Remy does get the rebound right there. So we're up 3-0, and at that point, this guy decided to drop his controller, which was a little bit annoying, but a little bit of a relief because I knew that I would have already won it because he's not going to play anymore. So I went ahead and grabbed ourselves the 4th goal and a 5th goal, as you're going to see later on, just for that gold bonus. So it was a pretty tough tournament. I didn't expect the final to be a little bit this easy, but it still was a little bit challenging until the 2nd or 3rd goal. And yeah, I had a lot of fun playing these tournaments, even though some were a little bit stressful. Some of them were a little bit interesting, and I really thought that it was a bit unique on EA's part to do a tournament every day, something I'm pretty sure they've never done before. So we get that win right there. We're 4 for 4, and officially we've won every single tournament in both specials, which was an amazing achievement. I felt great with that. And just as a little special for you guys, I'm going to go ahead and check that off, obviously, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at our trophy cabinet at how it stands right now. And we're taking a look at our trophy cabinet over here, and these are all the cups we won so far. For some reason the champion shield doesn't show up here, but there is 4 cups that we didn't win, obviously, and I'm going to tell you guys those right now. We didn't win the There's Always the League. I remember showing you guys that. We also didn't win the free-for-all, the gold connect, and the wide open. So we've won about 16 out of the 20 cups that have been out, which is pretty good, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this special. My name is Pippideed, and I'm out.